Alright, welcome to part 2. This is MLG SND on firing range. Alright, so I'm going to show you an A spot right off the offensive spawn. Start cooking it right about here and launch it over here. And it's going to blow up the Jeep over there. So here's how it goes. And literally that's a great spawn grenade to throw. Because usually they have a guy. I'm going to show you, but they usually have a guy. That didn't blow up the Jeep, but usually I have a guy sitting like here. If he's smart, he goes sit in here, and I'll show you that after. So, if you want to be seen when you're going to A, if you want to be seen when you're going to A, if you're trying to cause distraction, cross this way. Cross this way. If you don't want to be seen going to A, you do not want to be seen, cross this way. Spots to sit. Here. Minus if you hear a grenade, back up. Here, you don't get naded as easily. Eventually, you want to push up, go this way. Usually there's no mechanical back here, but you want to look for the guy who, if you're trying to plant, you want to dominate trailer, because there could be a guy sitting in trailer up like this, watching here and here. So stun trailer, nade trailer, you can do that from here. You can do it from here. You can just pop out, cook a grenade, and just launch it. Plant spot on A. I want to plant it here. Thing is, sometimes you want to fake it because there's a guy usually sitting up here. I'll go through that on defense. Other offensive idea, it's kind of like you don't want to go up the middle because it's the easiest spot to defend. All they have to do is go top 10 or bottom 10, and they can watch middle rush real easy. Like, this whole area is cut here, 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 anywhere. Like, middle is a terrible idea. Now, if you're trying to push jungle, first thing I would do is always have someone watch your flank on SND. I wouldn't go here because this is an easy nade spot, and there could be a guy camping here that he'll outgun you if he's already there, and he beat you to the spot. If you rush, you can try and come up here, another easy nade spot. That's why every pro team goes A every round. No one goes B ever. Other spots, they can camp back here, you have no idea. So it's really hard to go A. Spots to plant it. Doesn't really matter since you can defuse on any side, but I usually plant on this side. Or this side, doesn't really matter. I mean, if you plant here, you can sit up here, camp like here, sit up here. If you got balls, like you can plant here, rush this way, all the way around, and then end up in that spot over there. Other spots to watch it from. This is a spot that gets naded real easy, but you can rotate from here to here. If you want, you can do this rotation, but thing is, if you're hitting here 5 seconds, you check, you go back here. In that fight, if you're coming around looking like this could be the time that they're coming around these two corners, corner, and picking you off. Generally, my spot is to sit. Oops, no, fail. Right here. Watch these two areas and turn in. Another spot. Plant on the outside and they defuse it from here. You get real lucky. Oh my god, you can sit up there. Alright, on defense.
Good job. Get ready for
Alright, here's a defensive setup. You should win defense almost every single time. And here's how you do it. Your best player needs to be in this room. I will start by going up here, pre-firing, and watching the crossover. For the first 30 seconds, you should be watching if they cross over, calling out how many do if they're stupid. If they're smart, they're going to cross over through the red building like I showed you. So after the first 30 seconds, I generally sit here. You jump. You want to just check if they're playing the bomb. You can move, look this way, make sure you're not getting bum rushed, and then come back here. And this is your route. You literally just come, and that's your route. Now, when you see that guy planning, that's when you cook. Fail nade. But you want to cook it, time it, nade them. Once you get the bomb down, then your team pushes over. So that's your first guy. You got 4 guys. You got your second guy. I like my second guy to go top 10. Generally, he can watch top wood, bottom wood, and just the middle rush. Just rotate, rotate, rotate. I mean, you can watch it from a number of spots, really. I mean, you can watch it from here. You can watch it from anywhere. And then my other guys, I got a guy here, watching it like this. And that's to prevent a guy coming this route. And then to watch the back route, you have a guy right here. And so you got this row covered, you got this row covered, you have middle row covered, and your best 2 players should be top 10 and over there, because mostly if you're smart, you always go A. And if you go A, that means you got like 4 guys over here. So let me show you some nade spots. Right here, launch a frag over that. Frag grenade, bounce it high, and it'll actually bounce off there and roll to here, and that's a nade spot. Or other nade spots. Obviously, this guy usually wants to save his grenade for when the guys are planning, so he can nade him. Top 10 guy, nade spot, top wood. Nade spot into bottom wood, because sometimes they're like, I don't know, sometimes they're randomly just sitting like this, like peeking out like this, like this. So if you just throw the nade into bottom wood, you're going to kill them. Same thing with top wood. They'll have guys rotating, like he'll be here like this, and then he'll move in here. So if you throw that nade spot in this vicinity and he's pushing over to take a quick look, you'll get the kill. If you throw the nade through from top 10 and you just hit this back wall and you'll land around here. Good spot if you're going A. You don't want to get jungle rush, which generally doesn't happen, but if you don't want to get jungle rush, sit up here and you can watch right there. And you can see if they're rushing you. And my last spot is on, I'm going to give you my last defensive spot. It's a nade spot, so don't get naded, because you can get naded from here. But this spot, just sitting here and just keeping your head here, they're going to head glitch that barrel and pop them off with the mouse. And then I'm just going to show you where you can go on A. Generally A, there's not that many spots to hide, honestly. There's three ways. You can hide trailer, you can hide this way, and you can actually see it from here. If you play on this side, you can see it from here when these guys move and kill them. And what else? I've seen people head glitch the bomb here and here, because usually if people throw stuns, they throw them in this back corner here. For some reason, people think it's a smart idea to come here. Worst idea ever. And then I see people here, and I see people rotate here, watch their flank. Here, watch their flank, and just rotate. And that ends the firing range MLG SND. Thanks for watching.